Welcome, and yes, the Julia Wandelt case continues. Believed to be up to 5 weeks, apparently. But I don't know what's going on. I've said it before. There's some sort of media blackout. I don't know, but it's getting harder and harder to find anything to do with the case. But I've got a couple of articles, so that's all good. You may have seen yesterday's where, like, the actual so-called live updates, there was literally 3 or 4 updates, and that was it. One saying Julia Wandelt was not in court, and the other saying ChatGPT specialist. That was it. So it's quite rubbish. But I've got 2 different reports here, courtesy of the power of the internet. But everything keeps saying like 6 days ago, 15 days ago, and I'm like, well, I'm actually searching like court updates live here, so it's making it really awkward. So yeah, I just go with what I can find. But yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. But this let me see someone, because it's with Karen Spragg. She's been labelled as the grandmother, standing trial alongside a young woman, Julia Wandelt, who believes she's Madeleine McCann, and she actually told police she wants Kate to give her a chance. What? I'm not being funny, but you know if a child is yours or not. But I've got a feeling this could be going back. She wants a DNA test. Karen Spragg is accused of stalking alongside Julia Wandelt. And yesterday, the Leicester Crown Court has heard the defendants first met online when Spragg began commenting on Julia's posts about her beliefs that she could be the missing girl, i.e. Madeleine McCann. But the jury had police statements read out from a 61-year-old Spragg police interview. Hey. No matter Peter, who's a member. I've been giving away a few channel memberships, as Mr. P and Electrodoc. We're all giving away. I'm good, mate. I hope you're well. No matter Peter. Well, it does matter, Peter. Come on. So I hope you're well, mate, on this glorious Friday, a freaky Friday. This is our update for the Julia Wandelt, what happened yesterday, etc. I'll be doing another one, obviously, tomorrow, Saturday, which will be about today's. And then I won't be doing one until Wednesday. Because the Monday and Tuesday, we're doing one day. Because, like I say, I don't know what's going on with the media. It's getting less and less that I can find. It's ridiculous. But I found a couple like Mirror, Daily Mail or whatnot, but there's not much. It's all like 12 days ago. It's no good to us, is it, mate? We want to be updated and we want to know what's going on. So, yeah, basically, that's where we're at. That is where we're at, mate. So, yeah, happy days. But where were we? Karen Spragg. What an absolute lunatic. Who would believe someone like Julia that much? Oh, you're in the town centre? Well, hey, which town centre is that, my friend? Don't say Portsmouth. I'll be like, oh my word. That's where I'm sat in my home in Portsmouth on the south coast. The sun's trying to come out. Cold, windy. How are you all feeling? Oh, I hate this weather. But anyway, where was I? But apparently, yes, Karen told the police she had picked Julia up from the airport, then put her up in her home in Cardiff before the pair spent a night in a hotel close to the McCanns. They then drove to the address and waited. She's got a house. She's got a house. Why are they spending the night in a hotel? It's a bit weird, isn't it? In her statement, anyway, Spragg originally told the officer, once I only took her there once, before going on and adding more detail. She said, we confronted Gerry and Kate. Kate first, then Gerry. They're basically admitting what they're doing here. So this is always good for the prosecution. The second time was to post a letter from Julia. I did send them a text that Julia asked me to. Asked about the meeting, Spragg admitted that Kate seemed upset. She added that Gerry was horrible, nasty, and he said, "You are not our daughter." Wow, that sums up 2025. You're not allowed to state the obvious because you get called horrible and nasty. So Gerry said, "You're not our daughter." What? Put it this way, if that was me, I'd be saying more than that. He's very condescending to Julia. You talk about Gerry and Kate being distressed. What about Julia? What about me as Julia's friend? What about you and what about Julia? Who cares? You're fraudsters. Strange. I know her from online. I've known her for 2 years. She has provided a lot of evidence to support her claims. I have no reason to believe she's lying. Hang on a minute. Every single bit of evidence that's ever been done with Julia has been altered, manipulated in order to fit her narrative. What's she on about? There's a lot of evidence. Yes, there's a lot of fake evidence. You can say like ChatGPT. If you wonder why I keep looking at that, it's because that's where I've got all my messages so I can see. But I stand by Julia. She is a daughter to me, I feel. Rhino. She just wants Kate to give her a chance. I just don't understand. If they want her to go away, why not do a simple DNA test? They've already said they can't set a precedent of doing DNA tests because there's 12 girls claimed. Now, if you say $4,000 a pop, that's £48,000 on DNA tests to state the flipping obvious that not one of them is actually Madeleine McCann. Do you want to waste £48,000? No. But you can tell, I've said before, just look at Kate, Gerry, Emily, and Sean, and then look at Julia. Totally different body. Julia's shorter and more chubby, should we say, where they all look quite slim. She's not just some mad girl that's crazy. Oh, she is. Oh, she is. I believe Julia's telling the truth. Uh-oh. There's problems with you then. And that's why you're in court. If they had listened to her throughout, so she's literally just said they're stalking. There would have been no stalking had they listened. So they are admitted that they're stalking. So that's a slam dunk. How can he say she is not his daughter? She looks like Gerry McCann. No, she doesn't. She looks nothing like it. Gerry's quite slim, quite athletic, and like she's literally the opposite. Her face is chubby. She's shorter. She's chubbier. She doesn't look healthy in the slightest. So how does that work? She had a tragic life, or what? So that gives her an excuse to do all that, does it? I would say it's actually like full on tragic. No, there's a lot of evidence. No, there's not. I don't know the McCanns, but I know Julia. She's loving, kind, and has a good heart. Is she for real? She obviously don't know her yet. I find them, the McCanns, not very nice people. I can't understand. They've turned her away. If they did a DNA test, Julia wouldn't be in prison. I wouldn't be here today. She just doesn't get it, does she? What is up with these people? Spragg told the officer, I'm arrested for going to their house once or twice, but why did they leave their children in Portugal? They left their children. Then everyone is asking, why weren't the twins? One that was accused of stalking Kate and Gerry McCann is alleged to have attended the family home in Leicester. She is also accused of sending a letter, calls, voicemails, and WhatsApp messages to Kate and Gerry, and obviously Sean and Emily as well. But obviously Spragg's also got her one count of stalking, and she literally just admitted that they're stalking in that statement. She literally says, like, if they had listened to her throughout this, there would have been no stalking. So she's admitting she's stalking. That's terrible. That can't be good for them. But that was the one article that I managed to find, obviously, but a bit few and far between. So I'm a bit confused. I don't know if you like updates and that, and you get them. It's nuts. But let's have a look. Julia Wandelt from the city of Lubin made the promise when told by officers in an interview the missing girl is very special to her mother, Kate. She also said in the same post-arrest interviews, her father previously made a remark about how they got her from the McCanns after drowning their first child. I can't see her dad ever saying that. Oh, I drowned my first child, so then we got you from the McCanns. What on earth is she saying? She also told police she did not intend to cause the family distress and never wanted what the whole thing is for, attention. Screaming for attention. Hence why she does OnlyFans, doing the music and being on Dr. Phil. It was all about attention. The revelations came as the transcripts from the interviews the day of her arrest in February this year were read aloud during the court on Thursday, which is yesterday. Jurors heard then recited by prosecutor Nadia Silva and Leicester Police Constable Tom Slizlak, who conducted the interviews at the time. Her from the McCanns because her so-called biological father actually killed their first child by drowning. I mean, has she lost the plot? Obviously, they deny stalking and causing serious alarm and distress. But as we've seen, that Karen actually said there would be no stalking if. But basically, they reiterated yesterday that obviously the gruesome twosome confronted the McCanns directly in December last year at the McCann home in the village of Rothley, which I just don't get it. This has been going on since 2022, wasn't it? A conspiracy theory all made up in one girl's head, and here we are in court. But jurors heard on Thursday that when Wandelt was interviewed, PC Sislak told her Mrs. McCann had come across a letter she left for her at her home. The opposite informed the Polish national that Madeleine's mother had found it deeply disturbing and distressing, as it was. He told Julia that Miss McCann had said, Madeleine is very special to me. Someone pretending to be her is hurtful. Yeah, it's sick. The alleged stalker, Julia, responded, Miss McCann, or Kate, could always easily prove me wrong if she is sure that she's not missing Madeleine. And she said, why can't they do a DNA test with me? Why not? Why not? Despite all the evidence I've gathered. Because all the evidence, right, that Julia has gathered is manipulated accordingly to suit her narrative. She said, I'm only asking for an effing DNA test, and that's all. I'm a victim here because they refuse a DNA test despite looking for their long missing daughter. They only care about themselves. I would never do anything bad to them, nothing, never hurt them in any way, yet you have. Still going about the DNA test, but she like her actual mother agreed with her, said, Julia, if you pay for a DNA test, I'll do a DNA test and I'll prove that I'm mum. And then Julia like dropped it. And that was the end of it. So I don't get it. And the fact is, I'm a victim here. No, you're not a victim. This is all stuff made by you. Exactly that, Boost. Exactly that, isn't it? Me. Yeah, without a doubt. Oh, it's like a child. Who says that? Like, don't worry about the fact that obviously Madeleine's missing, or well, I say missing, she's probably sadly deceased. But don't worry about any of that case. I'm a victim here because they refuse a DNA test. I mean, how pathetic is that? That is absolutely ludicrous. How you doing? I was about to say beats and tapes. It's Beats Crates. He's changed his name. I'm on the updates as we speak, mate. Basically, so she's admitted they're stalking, and I'm just going through Julia when she's been interviewed back in February. They're going through that, and she's saying basically, why couldn't they do a DNA test with her? And despite all the evidence that she gathered, which we know is all manipulated, and she changed all the photos to suit her and blah blah, and everything she's done, even the actual chat GPT, as we heard, that was manipulated to say against Gerry McCann's DNA when it wasn't Gerry McCann's DNA, which I thought was hilarious. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. Irish eyes, yes, Julie and Karen are digging themselves a bigger hole. I mean, the fact that Karen Spragg turned around and said, had they listened to us, there wouldn't have been any stalking. So you just admitted you're stalking. Uh-oh. So, yeah. But this is just, I don't get it, because Julia Wandelt's biological mother actually said she would do a DNA test. As long as Julia paid for it, she'd do one. But then obviously that fell by the wayside, and it was never mentioned again, conveniently, because obviously that would not fit Julia's narrative. But now apparently she turned around to a police officer in February saying, I'm only asking for an effing DNA test, that's all. I'm a victim here because they refuse a DNA test despite looking for their long missing daughter. That's nuts. That is absolute nuts. There's no way that Julia could ever cast herself as a victim. I keep breaking up, do I? Oh no, not that again. I had that. I bought two Wi-Fi boosters. What's going on in the world? Probably have to I find that I've got BT internet. Sometimes I have to turn it off and turn it back on again. Bloody internet, blooming technology. I've got 3 windows open. I've got a PC and a laptop on. I bet my son's come home. He's downstairs on the phone or on his PC. Wifey's probably on her phone. The daughter's on her phone. She's probably got the telly on that's connected to the Wi-Fi. And the daughter's probably in a bed. That's what happens when you have a whopping great massive family. But yeah, I apologise, Irish Eyes, for that laggy keep breaking up. But I will keep an eye. But yeah, I literally have a booster right down by me there, literally right next to my tower. So I thought, I thought it'd help. Obviously not. But yeah, YouTube going around changing your name. I wouldn't have that. Beats and Tapes was cool. Why would it change that? It done that yesterday. Actually, Pat's Leather Straps. His name changed. Oh, something going on. But yeah, for Julia to sort of saying they only care about themselves. What are you on about? You are literally stalking them, causing them alarm and distress, which you're basically admitting, which is not good for your case. Officers also ask Draycott from Operation Grange the ongoing investigation into Madeleine's disappearance. Remember, I think that was played. Was that played on a Sean Atwood episode? I'll have to jump in the chat and remind me if you know. But I swear there's one we actually got to listen to the detective. I think. Oh, is it showing the at names, not the... Oh, that's strange. Oh, yeah, because it always says at, doesn't it? We never normally see that. Yeah, you're right. Something's changed, doesn't it? What's YouTube doing then? Is that what it... Is that going to be the new... What about if I write something? I'll just put, hey, hey. The wizard's words. Oh. Yeah, you've all got at, yeah. Well, no, it speaks. Explanation was used in a crime YouTube podcast. Wandelt said it was never about the attention. Yeah, it's all about the attention. Crime YouTube podcast. So, yeah, click on readings. Do you reckon that means Sean Atwood? Yeah, my name seems okay, Beats, but that's strange. I have to keep an eye on that when I comment on other videos here and there, or whatever, and see what comes up like at the wizard's words, because it is the same name of mine. It's strange. YouTube's playing silly buggers podcast. So I reckon that is Sean Atwood. It wouldn't be Break the Ice because he only interviewed her once. Because Sean Atwood, what, how many times? Ridiculous amounts. Well, I think there's about 19 videos. There was more. He deleted 4 of them. They also asked why she published it. And Julia replied, to help get this DNA test. What? Does she believes her Polish parents possibly had another child based on the remark her father made? And that was the other report I literally just read, wasn't it? Saying like she thinks that her dad drowned his first child and then got Julia from the McCanns to replace the said child that he killed. I mean, this is ludicrous. He said, I hope you don't think we drowned our first child and brought you. When asked about her visit to the family's home on December the 7th last year, she answered, no comment. And this included questions about whether she was asked to leave the property, and she posted a recording of the interaction on social media. No comment always means you did. Come on, let's be honest. She said, how can I give any comment if you are not here to help me? Oh my, can come onto my channel, I'll give you an interview. And she said, no, because you don't like me. So it's not about not liking you, it's about not liking what you're doing, and we can get to the bottom of it. But because I'm not on her side supporting her, she wasn't interested. And like I said, I've said a few times, she threatened to sue me. I called her a fraud, a liar, and a con. And she said, if you say that again, like, she'll sue me. I said, well, you need to prove you're not. But until then, you are a fraud, a liar, and a con. And she never come back to me. So, because I called her out. I wish I actually kept the emails, but I should have done. But that was back last October or something, because I'd not long started my channel because I was over 2,500 views on one of the videos. But I had to delete it because I was getting so much hate and all this and that and everything else. I should have just left it, but it was bugging me that people were so nasty. I was like, but if you don't like the truth and you can't get over it, which I'm now vindicated, I am correct. And I said to people, like in that other video that I posted up with the DNA, it's had over 850 views or whatever. And I said in that, like, get in the comments and apologise to the Wiz. Come on. And no one has. Not one. Not one. They probably watched it, though. They watched the video. And they're like, oh, I'm not apologising. You know, I'll call you this, that, and everything else. But they're probably, I don't know, the police forensic test, they'll probably say, oh, no, we need more independent ones. Like that other comment said. How do you know they can't fake a DNA test? I mean, the conspiracy theory nuts are just full on nuts. They just will not stop. It doesn't matter. You could literally do the DNA test right in front of them. And they say, but how do you know we didn't switch that? How do you know you didn't put some DNA in there already and it wasn't there? Oh, shut up. It's ridiculous. But the crux is I was right and they were wrong. And they're not going to apologise. But anyway, Julia was told in the interview by PC Sislak You are not the first person to say that they are Madeleine McCann. The court also heard comments Spragg made in her interview with the police, including the claim Mr. and Miss McCann had arranged the kidnapping. She told officers, "We get arrested for turning up at their house once or twice, 2 days in a row, and they leave their children alone, and everyone's asking why weren't they punished." Spragg added, "They know what they have done, that they arranged the kidnapping and the abduction." What of Madeleine? Is she nuts? She also said Julia's parents are not her Polish parents. Her Polish parents are doctors. Her father is. There's a connection. Of her support for Julia, Karen told officers, "You say about the McCanns being distressed, but what about Julia's feelings? What about her? She's a nutter. She's got all the evidence. The police won't do anything. I'd rather trust Julia, who is providing evidence. That's my opinion. But she's manipulated the evidence. That's the problem. And that's why in court they're just going to laugh at her. Because all the evidence, like we done it with the real Julia Wandelt, etc., from Facebook. Like, the photos have been manipulated. Everything about Julia has been manipulated. And I think this Karen's been well and truly sucked in. I'm a mother and she's like a daughter to me. I'm a mother and a grandmother, so that's my motherly instincts kicking in. I don't see that as a crime either. Now, what's a crime? Is it like you're that stupid? I mean, Christ, it must be criminal to be that stupid, is it not? That's terrible. And she said about visiting the McCanns, I thought we were just going to go there. Kate was going to listen as a mother looking for her child, but it didn't happen. But that's all I managed to find about yesterday's court. So all happy days. But I will be doing one tomorrow, which is Saturday at 12 o'clock, about what's happening today, Friday. And then after that, what I'm going to do, see what's happening Monday and Tuesday. And then I've got it up already, so get your notification on for Wednesday at 12. So we do Monday to do Tuesday. I'll gather all the info and then we'll go through that on Wednesday. So that way we've got a couple of days. So there's a bit more to talk about. And then that'll be much better, I think. So we'll do that. But I will be live tomorrow, Saturday at 12 o'clock with regards to what happened today, Friday, in court. I believe they're in court as well. So that should all be good. And then we'll keep up with it and we know what's going on. So happy days. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll be back. I'm due to be live at 7 p.m. and you can come up and have your say if you wish. I'm going to have a look around. If there's anything, where we're going live earlier, I'll do an extra earlier one later. But if not, I'll be live tonight, 7 o'clock. You can come up. I'll post a link. You can come up and talk. Got a few like news stories that the mainstream media ignore. But if there's anything you want to say about it, rather than just staying in the chat and you want to come up on screen, then you can do that. So it's happy days. So until 7 p.m, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me and being in the chat. And I will see you 7 p.m. But for now, that is.